They're playing them again week 1?
Yeah, week 1.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was like probably like one of my favorite games though, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that was the night that Nathan first texted me. Oh. I'm just kidding. No, it actually was though.
He was all like, Cowboys, chill.
Like he
and
started.
You're like, yeah.
Because I had posted something about it, and y'all were all like over, and I posted something about it, like saying how we should have won or some shit like that, and then he like commented on my story, and then we just kept texting from there.
All it took was to fucking slide up on the Cowboys.
Yeah,
story.
The Cowboys literally are the reason why I'm in a relationship.
What you been doing?
I'm back currently from Louisiana. It is so humid over there. It's so like much drier here.
Is it really?
Like the weather over there, no matter what it is, it's that times 100 because of like the wetness in the air. So if it's cold, it's like 10 times colder, vice versa.
Yeah.
And so just being back here just is, I'm
it's a lot
happy.
better.
Yeah.
Well, so what are you going to school for?
Right now, I'm currently majoring in mass communications, and my concentration is journalism.
Yeah.
And then they make you get a minor. So my minor right now is, it's technically written down as kinesiology, but I may change it to sports studies just because, like, duh.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, I would have to, like, take an active course, meaning, like, I'd have to, like, do some activity shit.
Oh, like... What? Like what?
There's like different ones that are like hardcore that I'm obviously not gonna do, but then there's some that I might do, like yoga, but I just don't know if I like want to do that.
Yoga's good for you, I heard. It's good for your body.
I know.
So the format of this podcast is mainly just gonna be like bulleted points, and we're just gonna come in with topics every week. So this week we have We have a couple topics. We got the NBA playoffs. We're going to break down the Cowboys schedule, the Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban feud. Have you been watching any?
I have, because I was pulling for the Suns the whole time. Cam Johnson's my favorite player on that team, but then I don't know what happened in that Game 7. It was so hyped, and they were both blowouts. Like, what was it, 2 Sundays ago?
Which game is this?
It was the Game 7 with the Suns and the Mavs. And then the other Game 7.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Mavs, I didn't really think they were going to make it this far.
Me neither.
Because it's really just a one-person team with Luka.
Yeah.
Because Porzingis is hurt, right?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, he's hurt. They're not really doing anything. It's just Luka by himself the whole time. So I didn't think they were going to make it this far. And... that's why I think they're getting blown out by the Warriors right now because the Warriors are such a solid team. They're probably one of the best teams in a long time.
And that's when I knew like that they weren't gonna make it. I was like, dang, they got lucky this Game 7 because they're not gonna get past this next round. With like, it's almost like they used like all their cards in this last series, and then they got to like this round, and now it's like all just falling apart.
And I think the other thing is the Warriors defense with like Draymond, Looney, and even Wiggins.
How many technical fouls does he have now?
Who?
Draymond Green.
1 million.
Yeah, because like if you get to a certain point,
I don't think they're gonna suspend him. They might fine him.
Oh, okay. Because then that would just be unfair at that point if they took him out.
Yeah, that's the playoffs. I mean, unless he was getting like horrible like slapping people fouls and stuff like that, they're not gonna really suspend. They did that one year though when he kicked that dude in the balls though. wasn't that like the 2016 or 2017 playoffs?
I think so.
He kicked him in the balls.
I honestly kind of like it. I've noticed like this playoffs this year has like been like really physical, and like the refs are like actually letting them play, and it's just I'm one of those people where I'm just like I like the old school basketball just because I feel like it's more fun to watch. Yeah, it's more entertaining. Like it really is.
Yeah. So and then the other series, the Celtics and the Heat, I think it's a weird series because they're kind of equally matched, almost in the sense that the Celtics aren't consistent. That's how they become equally matched.
Yeah.
Because the Celtics have such a good team, but if they were consistent, they should be blowing the Heat out. It shouldn't be leveled right now. It should be 3-1.
Yeah, I'm kind of like pulling for the Heat only because like one, I just feel bad like whenever they lost in the bubble and everything, and of course
Yeah.
everyone's saying like it was a bubble year so it doesn't count type thing. And at the same time, I'm not a LeBron hater, but I just
Yeah.
really like want them to prove like, see, we could do this without him
Yeah.
type thing. And especially like, isn't Jimmy Butler like injured now?
No,
He
is
left
he?
last game.
Did
And
he left last night?
no, he left
Was that game 3?
Saturday.
That was game 4, yeah.
Yeah, he left Saturday, and I remember he didn't return to the game, and they lost. No, did they? I don't know. I need to update myself. Sorry.
Look at 3.
Yeah, game 3.
Yeah.
He was out. I don't know if he played this game 4.
Yeah. The Heat, I don't know. It just depends on how consistent the Celtics are, because the Celtics give up so many turnovers. It's insane. Like, it's crazy how many turnovers they give up on just a lot. Just like, it's just each time they're going down the court, it's almost like the defense is just picking them. And the Warriors, that's the thing about the Warriors too, is they're good with that. They're good at picking the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I've realized that. They constantly are just swatting and swatting. Steve Kerr has gotten way better at his defensive game, like coaching.
Yeah, I honestly just haven't really like, I never really would like pay attention to the Warriors because I always thought that they were like gonna win it all and everything, and it looks like that's happening again this year. So it's like once they're all together, they're unstoppable.
It doesn't even look like it's just skill getting them there. It looks like it's actually good coaching and good play this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you remember like 2016 and like 2018? It literally just looked, they were just out skilling everybody. But now it looks like they're just out coaching and out playing everybody.
Yeah, and they have Clay back now too. So
yeah, and Clay's in his like, he looks like a homeless dude almost now with that cut.
He's always been.
He looks like
ugly.
You know what he looks like? He looks like the caddy for Happy Gilmore.
I haven't seen Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison.
Are you serious?
I know it's like the Happy Madison Productions, but I've never seen them. But trust me, like after 2010, I've watched every Adam Sandler movie. Starting
so you've seen all the grown-ups?
All the grown-ups, just go with it, blended. Ooh, those are my comfort movies. Yeah.
Just Go With It and Blended are probably my favorite.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I never realized this, but like when I was watching Blended, Bella Thorne is actually like not a good actress at all. Like, so like let me just violate her real quick, but like it wasn't good at all. And because like it's okay in Disney because it's Disney, but it's like I was watching her in that movie and I was like, what the heck? Okay,
you're like, now I know why she's not an actress anymore.
And I know why she's Tana Mojo's ex. Just kidding.
That's wild. Tana Mojo.
I like forgot about her until she started dating
She
Tana.
literally had a convention called TanaCon, and then like she like conned everybody.
Yeah, it was like it was a whole scandal.
People outside.
It was. I remember watching the Shane Dawson documentary on it.
I haven't seen that.
I've watched all of his documentaries on Jake Paul, Jeffree Star, Tana. That literally saved her career. Honestly, some pop culture schedule. I'm like, are you kidding me?
We're literally okay.
Like the NFL just like delivers like roast for people to give to Cowboys fans.
Let's start week 1. We're gonna start.
They're playing them again week 1?
Yeah, week 1.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was like probably like one of my favorite games though, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that was the night that Nathan first texted me. Oh, I'm just kidding.
Her?
No, it actually was though.
He was all like, Cowboys, chill.
Like he
and
started.
You're like, yeah.
Because I had posted something about it, and y'all were all like over, and I posted something about it, like saying how we should have won or some shit like that, and then he like commented on my story, and then we just kept texting from there.
All it took was to fucking slide up on the Cowboys.
Yeah,
story.
The Cowboys literally are the reason why I'm in a relationship. I'm just kidding.
Damn, that's respectable, Mr. Jerry Jones. But all right, so first week it's Tampa Bay at home. Mm-hmm. What do you think? What are you guessing score and win-lose?
Because I'm trying to think, because, oh my God, they had, like, not a good off season. And what sucks is, like, whatever the Cowboys do, the media will make it times 100. Mm-hmm. So, like, just because they're a very relevant team, no matter how good or bad they are. So that's why I can never tell if, like, we actually did good or bad at something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we did get a couple O-line in the draft to make up for, like, the people that we lost and everything. So that's why I'm not, like, completely, like, given up hope on this season, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm keeping my hopes low. So I'd say for Tampa Bay, just because like teams are so unpredictable whenever they go to the Super Bowl, whether they win or lose.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that the Cowboys are gonna beat them, and that will be their downfall for the season, because then they'll be on such a high from beating Tom Brady.
Bro, dude, think about it. And then we have the Bengals next?
Yeah, how are we the easiest schedule?
What?
I'm looking at this now.
Weren't they in the Super Bowl? Both of them?
Yeah, in the last 2 years.
What the fuck are they saying?
It's because our division, dude.
And then the Rams? The Rams literally won the Super Bowl. The Rams literally won the Super Bowl. Like, our first 5 weeks are our division and Super Bowl champs.
It's because our division is so bad. That's what like probably did it all. Because the Commanders were also tied for the easiest schedule.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm looking at this now. I never looked at it, but I'm like, dang. And then Green Bay.
Oh, Minnesota's not that bad. But
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's just because our division. It's just because our division is so bad. And then the Titans, bro.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's like a very hard schedule.
Like, I want to see the Rams schedule.
Dude, I think...
I'm just glad we're not playing the Broncos again.
I think, so first week we win, but 28-24.
I think we're going to win, and it's going to be like 24-21.
Yeah. See that.
Yeah, and then the Bengals, oh my gosh.
I think we lose.
I think
because we're gonna be riding such a high horse.
That, and plus, like, literally all the Bengals needed to work on was their O-line, and they got some guy from our team.
Yeah.
So.
And then New York win easy, just
dub,
just killing
Daniel
them.
Jones. I feel so bad. Thank goodness that they have Buffalo in that state.
I honestly forget that Buffalo is in New York all the time.
Yeah, I forget New York is a state.
Yeah, I think like Buffalo is its own state a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's upstate New York.
Just because of how big of the fucking how crazy their
I like
fans
feel bad, but it's like sucks. Luckily they're in our division.
I'm so glad we never have our team never has to play in Buffalo, because I'd be like, oh, we lost.
Because of the weather?
No, not the weather, just the fans.
Oh.
People are crazy. Or like playing at Kansas City. I always say that, playing at Kansas City.
Didn't we play them this year?
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah. I just remember we made so many mistakes that game. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Because I think they just put so many teams on a pedestal. Like, it feels like they put them on a pedestal and then they get scared of them and they just gets into their head.
Yeah.
I think Commanders going to be a win.
I think
something happens. That'll be a blowout, honestly.
You 35. Think the Commanders are going to be a blowout? Like, we're going to beat them?
I mean, who did they add?
No, like I'm saying, like I agree with you. I'm just trying to.
I just don't think they. I don't think they really added anyone notable to think that they'd beat us or get close to beating us.
No, yeah, the Giants and the Commanders are just plateauing.
It's like they stay the same every year. That's why they're voting out. The league is trying to vote out the Commanders' president.
Oh, really? Wait, wasn't it for something else though?
Oh, well, he did do some illegal things, but can't speak about that.
Yeah.
And then LA, that's gonna be. When? No, I mean.
I feel because last year we started off really good and then got bad as the season went on.
We just got outcoached the whole season because it felt like Kellen Moore was just dropping. Like, it just felt like Kellen Moore kept the same playbook from day one and didn't advance. Like, he didn't evolve.
Yeah.
He didn't adapt. He just died.
Yeah, and it just sucked because when we finally got our defense intact, then that happened.
Yeah.
But okay, so the Rams, I feel like I just think we're gonna lose. Yeah.
Like,
but we're either gonna keep it close and barely lose or get blown out, but either way we're gonna lose. And then the Eagles, bro, I do not know. They did good this offseason.
Yeah. That'll be a good game in the...
I hate to say it. I know that smile on Phipps's face right now. Dude, I hate to say it.
I know he's going to want to come on here, too, and be like, what'd I fucking tell you, Gator?
Yeah.
What'd I tell you?
It's just they were probably, like... Their draft day was, like, really good.
Yeah. They had a good couple pickups, too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lions dub.
Yeah. I mean, I think we win against the Eagles. First game. I think
yeah,
we win
we're
the
gonna
first
lose
game.
one of them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know which ones will win and lose,
I
but
think
we're
we
gonna
win the
lose
first
one
game
of them.
by a field goal, and then they get us by a touchdown in the second one. So I think we beat Lions.
Yeah, we'll
We
beat the
beat
Lions.
Chicago.
Yeah. The Packers. Ooh.
Depends on how Aaron Rodgers feels that way far through the season.
Because they had a bad off season,
and they are constantly riding on Aaron Rodgers' coattails.
Dick?
Oh, that is his phallus. Yes.
Like, I'm sorry, Maggie, but like y'all did everything to keep him. And, like, now what do y'all have left? Y'all got rid of arguably the best wide receiver in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And now what? Y'all didn't draft a single receiver in the first round.
They treat their players so horribly at Green Bay. It's insane that they're still an organization.
They, like, don't have an owner, and it's just, like, they're lucky that they have as much organization as they do.
Yeah. It's horrible.
And they've been really good. But then again, they have been
They treat it like a business, though, because you can buy, like, Green Bay stock. They're a public company. That's the problem with it. It's not a private company.
Yeah, and then the Vikings, I don't know why. I just know Dallas is going to have one dumb loss.
And that's an away game. That's an away game, too, so.
And it'll be cold because it'll be
they always
November
play, like,
in Minnesota.
shit in the cold because they're used to that.
Yeah, I just feel like we always lose to, like, some unknown team every year.
It's always in the cold.
Or, like, a bad team. Like, we lost to the Jets 2 years ago. I remember I was like, are you kidding me? I feel like that's going to be our Minnesota one.
Yeah.
Giants win. Colts. I don't know. I just feel like we'll beat the Colts. Something tells me.
Isn't Matt Ryan playing for the Colts now?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The Colts, they really just needed, like, a good quarterback, and then they got Carson Wentz, and then then they lost to the Jaguars at the end of the season.
I don't get how they constantly give Carson Wentz chances, but they still talk down on Dak.
It just confuses me. Like, in my head, it's like, okay, you won the Super Bowl with this guy.
And they didn't even win it with him. They won it with Nick Foles.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Why would you ever pull him out from that?
Right? That was the craziest front office mishap ever.
That reminds me of, like, pitching in baseball. It's like whenever you're doing, like, really good and, like, the guy has no hits, and, like, I know they need to rest their arm, but, like, I'm talking about, like, whenever they're in the World Series, like, you'll literally have this guy, like, have barely, like, any hits or anything, and they take him out because it's part of their system. It's like, well, right now whatever system they're on right now is working, and it makes me think that with, like, Nick Foles, it's like he did all that, and, like, maybe, like, after they watch his film, then, like, they start to get a hang of it. But it's like, okay, win as many games as you can, though, with Nick Foles before you change him.
Like, he literally won in the playoffs and then in the Super Bowl against almost probably the greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh, yeah. I think Tom Brady. After Tampa, I used to not like him.
Oh, I love Tom Brady now. I think we just hated
him.
The Patriots. We didn't hate Tom Brady. We hated the Patriots.
I disliked Tom Brady.
Oh, really? I always loved Tom
Tampa,
Brady.
But it's always because I was like,
I just think he couldn't be himself until he got to Tampa. Oh. Buster, get
Hi,
out,
puppy.
Bo, go. Just get her. Go, Bo. Go.
He's like, pretty girls touching me.
Go, Bo. Bo, go.
Brittany's animal control.
Go, Bo.
He's like, I'm playing. No, but I honestly, in my head, I thought, like, it was all Bill, and then he left and proved, like, that he's the shit, and then I was like, oh, okay. See, there's no denying that.
Yeah. But, I mean, he still was given a good coach, Bruce Arians.
And then he drove him out, too. Which is a big question mark.
That's crazy. What happens there? Do you think it's because Brady's so, like,
well, did you hear about what was supposed to happen?
What?
Before he went to Tampa? Apparently, so he was supposed to go to Miami, and he was gonna, I think he was gonna serve as something in the front office for Miami for a year.
Yeah. I saw
and then Sean Payton was gonna retire. And then he was gonna go to Miami.
Yeah.
And then Sean Payton was gonna coach him and stuff and everything. But then that whole scandal with Brian Flores happened, and that totally just derailed that. That's crazy to me. Imagine that, because they were talking about Giselle, like because I know it sounds weird, but like a lot of times the wives will have like influence on like where they go, and like Giselle is like has a bigger net worth than him, so she was probably like, I want to go to Miami.
Yeah, I bet you want to go to fucking Miami.
I want to go to Miami, guys. Can we go to Miami? Girls trip. They
Girls
don't cart
trip.
there.
Per sisters.
What is Stephen A. Smith doing?
I don't know. They made an ad with Stephen A. Smith. But I think we beat the Colts.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Texans.
Yeah, Colts. Texans. Oh,
who's their quarterback?
Goodness. Honestly, Davis Mills. But the Texans didn't have a horrible draft. It's just they're just so bad that it's hard like to come up from that.
So badly coached.
It's just. I really do think that someone in that office, like, had a job to make the Texans a bad organization.
I honestly think, sounds horrible if this comes out as this is a hot take. This is a really hot take. I think the Texans front office put out the fucking
thing about Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
Yeah, like to make his contract lower so they didn't have to pay him as much, and so no one wanted him.
It is just, it blows my mind. Like, they're just so self-sabotaging, whatever the word is.
And it's like, bro, they literally got rid of DeAndre Hopkins,
They give away.
Like, what?
They give away players.
For literally, like, what, a 2nd and 5th round pick?
And a running back that was, like, in his last couple years.
Like, what?
And then they, like, I knew J.J. Watt, like, was gone, but, like, they give away J.J. Watt.
That was crazy.
And then, I totally forgot. Tyrann Mathieu was on the Texans before he went to the Chiefs. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was.
It just
They
really
had
makes
such
you
a
think.
squad for a second. Jadeveon Clowney, J.J. Watt, Tyrann Mathieu, Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins.
They drafted Clowney first overall, and then now he's like on his 2nd contract with the Browns.
That's crazy. The Browns are gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, that's the Browns.
As long as the NFL doesn't.
That whole division itself is really good.
Yeah.
Like especially this year.
Yeah.
AFC.
I don't know. It just depends on if. Yeah, but the AFC's been strong the past couple of years since the Chiefs, I guess you'd say.
See, it's like we say that, but the last 2 Super Bowl winners have been NFC.
Yeah, but the thing about the AFC is their whole division is like, I'd say, like, I guess I'll try to put this in number terms. They're mainly like 90s, but we're all in the NFC. It's all like 80s and 85s, and then you have that 195, that 198.
Well, I think like obviously the next 5 years it'll be like 4 of the Super Bowl wins will probably be AFC and 1 will be NFC, just because they're all young. Like they're
depends
all
on
really
where Brady
young.
is, really, honestly, at this point. So like Brady could just pop out of nowhere and
literally
fucking pull three Super Bowl wins out of 1 year. You're like, how did that happen?
He's the GOAT, and I used to never like admit that but he is.
But yeah, it's like no one has ever done anything he's doing. Like not even Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan doesn't even have the accolades that Tom Brady has when you really think about it.
Yeah. He just needs... Oh, I don't even know if, like, Gronk is still even playing.
Who knows? That's why Tom Brady is such a... Their whole squad was scary, really.
Yeah. Jaguars love Trevor Lawrence, but
I feel bad
they're
for him.
still rebuilding.
I really... Yeah... I feel bad.
I don't know. I also have like a hot take, and it's not really a hot take. It's just an opinion, honestly.
Yeah.
But like you could just tell as soon as he won that championship back in 2018, he knew like that's it. Like I'm gonna be first overall whenever I get out of the
NCAA.
Yeah, NCAA. And I could just tell, like, as soon as that happened, he was just done. Because he knew. Because after that, everyone was like, oh, my gosh, like, true freshman, like, winning the national championship, beating.
Yeah, they claimed him as God.
Yeah, and like I just knew from then on like he wasn't gonna try, which kind of like makes you sad. So and like you just go throughout like the other 2 years he was there, and like the second year I remember they played Ohio State, and they like came back, and I remember that was like a big game in the playoffs, and I was like, oh my gosh, like you could tell he was trying in that game. Like I remember specifically he got hit and they called like targeting on the Ohio State like linebacker, and then he like got out, and then ever since then like the Clemson won and everything, and then they ended up losing to LSU, which is a pretty good thing. Now speaking about it, but I could just tell. And then whenever you saw them like last year, like he didn't seem. Yeah,
especially last year, he did not try whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean,
at
like
all. Once they started losing, he was like, he checked out.
Yeah, and it's like it is kind of hard to say whenever your coach is caught like cheating on his wife and like has all these scandals.
That's crazy. Like
kicks his kicker.
How are you gonna cheat on your wife in Jacksonville?
Dude, it's crazy. Like that team is a mess, and I feel so bad.
Any Florida team right now is just a fun time to be a part of. Go be a part of the Dolphins. You got a scandal over there. Yeah. Go be a part of the Bucks. You might win a Super Bowl.
Literally.
Go to the Jaguars.
You might get kicked by your coach.
That's so funny.
It's just, yeah, I just feel bad saying that, because like obviously everyone in the NFL like has worked their whole lives for that, but it's just, I could just tell, because but I mean it's probably not his fault either, because this whole like football like
life
pipe to the NFL, they treat you like you're already in the NFL from the time that you're in high school.
That's why it's weird now with the NIL.
Yeah,
making money. It like kind of does it makes guys not think about their future in the NFL. They makes them think about like the now. So they're not even trying to get scholarships at this point, where most sports are trying to get scholarships. They're trying to make money now.
Yeah, and now like you don't know if it'll be a distraction to their game, and like a lot of times you think about it, like look at Johnny Manziel, like he didn't make it in the league, but imagine how much money he would have made if the NIL.
But do you think A&M at the time was paying him?
I mean, obviously everyone was getting paid, but like it would have probably been like $100,000 compared to $1 million if it was legal.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the other thing is like with the whole like Saban and Jimbo Fisher thing, it's like, dude,
oh yeah,
that's like calling like I don't even know the analogy for it, but like that's like the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah,
like, really,
exactly.
Dude? Like you're gonna talk about that like when Alabama is just, people make memes on it because it's so known.
Yeah,
it's just a known thing.
Did you see what he said? What Saban actually said?
His word for word. Yeah. No.
I got the video.
But he's always just been really like short-tempered, you could tell.
Yeah, he just.
And it's crazy because he's literally beaten every single assistant that's worked under him except for a Fisher.
Yeah. That scared Britt.
There's just something about Jimbo Fisher that gets under his skin.
It's because they won that championship together, and now Jimbo's winning.
This is just a different opportunity for them to make money by working and using their own name, image, and likeness, whether it's signed. And you've read about them. You know who they are. I mean, we were second in recruiting last year. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team, made a deal for name, image, and likeness. All right, we didn't buy one player. All right, but I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain that in the future because more and more people are doing it. So it's tough, and people blame the NCAA. But in defense of the NCAA, we are where we are because of the litigation that the NCAA gets, like the transfer portal. Every time somebody wanted to transfer, they'd apply for.
In my opinion, that is so like wrong. I don't know like how else to say it.
Yeah, that's
it's like, dude, you are gonna talk about that? Like both of y'all, like y'all both like have all these players coming to y'all. Like Saban, you don't need, if that is true, which it's not because they both probably buy their players. If that is true, Saban, you don't have to buy those players because you're the number one team that everyone comes to anyway. Exactly. So where's all this like anger coming from?
And then he said a couple things earlier about like Deion Sanders the year before buying a player too.
Oh, they got the number one overall high school player.
Yeah.
This year.
They said they paid him $1 million, and Dion was like, "Hey, whoa, we're at HBCU. We ain't got $1 million."
Yeah,
like, you white boys.
It's Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
Who wouldn't want to play for him?
Right, and the cool thing about with playing for Dion is he's such a reachable coach. Like, he is a coach that, like, he loves being reachable.
Yeah, just like like whenever you get to be like coached by a former player, it's just it's so
they know the game. That's why when I played football, I always like loved being coached by the coaches that played football, because they were in the trenches. They knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah,
it's like you've been where I've been. You know what I mean?
Because they could just understand it on a level that someone who didn't play could never get on.
Yeah.
I know it's like sounds like really dumb to say almost, but like now whenever I see like cheerleaders and stuff, like even Maya can like attest to this. If you had never been in cheer, you would not know like the like emotional toll it could take on you. But it's like, for example, whenever you perform, you like you practice for months on months for one shot for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and if you mess up after months and months and months, that's it. Like you.
What?